Hello, I'm Peter Reynolds. I'm an industry analyst with ARC Advisory Group. And today we have with us David Lod, and David is Chief Executive Officer with VEERUM. David, thanks for being with me today.
Pleased to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So David, looking at your accomplishments from 2024 and looking a little bit forward into 2025, what do you see as some key initiatives that are going to help strengthen your value proposition for your clients?
Yeah, wonderful question. When I look at what we've gone through 2024, I think there was certainly a massive opportunity for growth for our organization, which we were fortunate to achieve. And when I say growth, I mean growing with our clients, adding, call it new logos, client growth, and seeing just an explosion of data that's coming into our platform. So almost doubling the amount of enterprise data that we've got on there. And this is really because you're seeing just a massive amount of growth coming out of, call it, the oil and gas and mining sectors in terms of how they're leveraging reality data, right? And having to now see the importance of having what I call geospatially anchored data now and working in that three-dimensional immersive type of environment, which is where VEERUM really shines. And that growth is coming as a result of mass adoption on cloud computing, as I mentioned, the ability to get that reality capture data going. And clients, they want to be able to work and learn and act very quickly. When we hear the word, digital twin as an example, a lot of people kind of get stood back and say, listen, I've seen and I've heard about these before, and they generally take, these are 6-month, 1-year deployments, multi-millions of dollars. Well, where VEERUM has really stepped into the market is we go live in 48 hours. So clients want time to value even more so than ROI now when you look at how they're sequencing these decisions. So for us going into 2025, it's how do we become more effective with our clients and get them onboarded that much quicker and give them a production ready experience, which generally used to take a lot of time, and do it instantly for them.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about the reality or capture programs of some of the companies that you're working with today. So what are some of the barriers to adoption, and how do you think that they're overcoming them?
Yeah, even if you went back 5-6 years ago, reality capture was generally an expensive endeavor, and you needed subject matter expertise, survey groups to actually go and capture that data and bring it in. What we've seen really happen now is a lot more commoditization or just standardization on how that's captured. So you don't even really need subject matter experts anymore. In fact, if you have a iPhone 12 or greater in your, you can take LiDAR scans with that device. So we're seeing people being able to walk around a site now within 30 minutes and get a high fidelity laser scan of their facility, which might only cost them about $1,000 or so to rent a particular device, where that could have been $100,000 in a week of effort previously. So you're seeing, as a result of those barriers collapsing, clients are adopting this that much more. So when we talk to our larger clients, their reality, call it capture budgets, they're leaning in 15, 20% year over year from a growth on bringing that data in, because it's less costly and it's super impactful to have it.
Yeah. So reality capture has always been associated with the design phase of an asset, but we're certainly seeing a lot more of asset visualization and reality capture move over into operations and maintenance. So speaking about unplanned downtime, how is your company specifically helping companies to address downtime?
Yeah, I think you've hit on two important parts there. So one, certainly reality capture was primarily leveraged through design engineering phases through capital construction, exactly. But where the industry is moving is to a reality first endeavor, meaning rather than working from CAD models and antiquated data that's really static or becomes expired the second that the facility is built, what are the reality site conditions? And the way to get to that is to do that reality capture and then display it in VEERUM. And where we're helping them with downtime is when they're doing let's say a shutdown and turnaround as an example. So they're taking a revenue producing critical facility offline for a period of time. We can help them de-risk, virtually assemble some of the new components that are coming, make sure that they're going to fit, there's no clashes, so that they can execute those projects, reduce that schedule slip, right? And really de-risk critical components as they're coming in. So that's got big gains both in safety, cost, rework, and challenges like that. And because downtime is it's very costly, and it's something everyone's trying to work against, right? And so how do you empower these groups to make better decisions? You give them the reality site conditions, and you give it in a consumable web-based form.
Okay, yeah. So, the story around reality capture is you're not an expert unless you've got a drawer full of hard drives. So I think there's been a big problem in industry around their ability to reuse components. And so going forward in terms of industrial architectures, reuse of components is sort of a big deal. So
Sure.
how is VEERUM helping to make that data more reusable and
Yeah.
interoperable?
Great question. So you're absolutely right. The traditional methodology is you'd get someone to go out and do laser scans, and these are big file types, and they'd end up on an external hard drive and put in the drawer, and they were inaccessible, right? Sometimes, clients didn't even know they had done that, or they'll have a different project group go out and do the exact same scan 6 weeks later that would just been completed. So you're having massive cost problems. So what VEERUM's done is we've created what basically is a geospatial enterprise content management system. We call that 3D Vault. So imagine now when you get multiple survey companies or data capture, methodologies are done, imagine all of that data now living in fundamentally a web-based platform where you can access it, you can view it, it's governed and maintained and highly secure, so you can share it across your organization. And really, then we layer on VEERUM's digital twin capabilities as well, so you can do more analytics and perform, job functions on it. But the key is to get that data in one spot where it's completely, viewable, governed, and understood, and to have those administrative rights available for the clients, because clients also in some cases didn't know they owned that data, or it was either held captive by potentially the company that did the scanning, saying, it's ours, you have to pay to retrieve it. Clients are getting smarter, understanding they've paid for that, that's their data, but now they need to make sure it's accessible. So we're delivering that for the clients as well.
So what about ecosystems? There's a lot of talk of ecosystems at the ARC event this year. So how is VEERUM developing digital ecosystems or partnerships? So what does that look like?
Yeah, for us, we view ourselves as the primary visualization layer. So think of it as the single pane of glass to log in and experience your engineering models, your geospatial data linked to your document management systems and others. So we're democratizing what are siloed data sets, bringing it all together for our clients. So in an ecosystem play, where do we fit? We're not there to replace a Maximo or an SAP. We're not replacing your IoT or SCADA systems, but we're becoming an aggregator and unifying all that data so that it can be consumed by clients. So we see partners right from the capture side. So it could be the companies that are doing the reality capture, drone-based or otherwise. And then you see where it actually will get stored and resigned, as well as how it's being consumed. So we're really in that consumption play. So we see access to the market coming from right from capture to those that are doing the work in the field, to the engineering groups and everything within these organizations, right? And it's just, it will become a larger ecosystem, and the name of the game is open standards and keeping that simplified and not having vendor lock for our clients, which is why we're succeeding and growing.
Yeah, very exciting. Okay, so my last question for you today, David, is looking ahead at 2025, there are some obvious tailwinds that are going to help propel your organization forward. What do you see as some important tailwinds?
Well, I think digital adoption, and let's just call it digital twin for lack of a better term, but people are really moving to working visually now, so visual operations. So for VEERUM, we've spent the last 10 years building incredible foundational technology, completely web-based, highly secure, to be ready for the market when it's going to be adopted and driven up. So we're past the education phase, and now it's into clients' usage and driving that. So we're really excited, having done 10 years of investment, to get ready for what's coming right now from a mass adoption curve, and we're in a great position to capitalize on that. And it's coming on the backs of our clients recommending us to other prospective clients, like at the ARC conference here. So this, is an important event for us to share our message through our clients' experiences.
Good. David, well, thanks for being with us today. We're going to be very interested in watching your success in the coming months. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Peter.
We've been speaking with David Lod. David is Chief Executive Officer for VEERUM. Thanks for watching.